camera, not that.
Yeah, no, I keep doing that. Hold on. Restart from the top. That was.
Okay, we'll just keep rolling.
Keep what rolling?
Keep what rolling?
Oh, I gotta lock it.
All right, welcome back to PromptCast, the AI podcast for our generation.
Welcome back. It's the pilot episode.
Study of.
Watching this. Lock in. Keep what rolling?
Did you say it sold like a fish?
Yeah,
Wait,
actually, I was.
I mean, sell the dead fish for $500. Sell the PS fish for free. It's
Yeah,
like the
whatever.
Live, baby.
We live. All right, now welcome to PromptCast, the AI podcast. Today we're going to be doing an episode on why Sora 3.0 will take over the internet. This is the podcast for people interested in AI in our generation. So yeah, I'm Luke, and I'm studying business and computer science at University of Rochester.
I'm Jack. I'm studying computer science and business at Northeastern here in Boston.
I'm Yash, a student at UVA studying computer science and architecture. And like Luke was saying, this is the way for kids in our generation to catch up with the rest of the world on AI. And obviously, one of the biggest things that's going on right now with AI is video generation, specifically Sora.
Yeah. So let's get it. I mean, I'm sure you guys saw the title, but it's a big one on social media and the effect that AI is having on that.
Yeah. I mean, unless you've been living under a rock, you've seen those AI generated videos on TikTok, confusing people, usually older people, on whether or not they're real, even though they end up with like a fire breathing squirrel or something. And it's just like,
Yep.
I don't understand how they can make that confusion, but no.
Seeing the fake news disasters and showing the videos of them showing the grandmother in terror of something that's not even happening.
Yeah, no, poor grandma. But
yeah, I was studying abroad in Rome for my first semester at Northeastern, and this guy Luke sent me an invite link to Sora. I was like, "What is this?" And then I didn't know that like AI generated content in like social media form was a thing until I got that invite link, and I was like, "What am I watching?"
We knew it had started with Google VO3, and you could start to see video creations, AI creating video. But Sora, I feel like, is the first actual company to merge scrolling and interacting, and we'll talk about remixes later, which is a big part of Sora. Mm-hmm. But it's the first one to really like become a social media platform like with AI. So it's a big breakthrough, I feel like.
Obviously, with video generation, it's kind of confusing how exactly it works, but essentially the AI model, what it'll do, like images, it'll get trained on the videos, cut out some of the images that are being played in those videos and use as training data, which it then uses to predict what should go next. And with video generation, one of the biggest issues, why it was so janky before, and those videos you were seeing where people were growing extra limbs and their fingers were off, was basically temporal continuancy, which is a fancy word for saying stuff should line up throughout the video. Yeah. Stuff that happens in frame 1 of the video should still be the same in frame 10 of the video. And that's a recent breakthrough, which means that now we get videos that are on Sora that basically allow for users to actually follow what's going on.
Yeah, like those videos we're starting to see where people are starting to create their own TV shows, and I just saw this one that was like a superhero series that somebody did, and they're like releasing each 60-second episode like every day. So they're actually able to start creating real content that kind of sticks. But I mean, you guys probably know more about this than I do, but there's still some breakthroughs that have to happen to like really keep that consistency up.
Yep, the masses are still on TikTok and Reels for sure.
Yeah.
That's a big topic of conversation today that we can actually just kick it off with is like...
Yeah, true.
When do we think the masses move to Sora or even dare I say like a different AI social media app, because Google could come out with one next week,
Gemini could spit out some kind of social media infrastructure in minutes. It's just Google not wanting to expand that direction.
It's just about whether they want to compete or not, for sure. Right. And I mean, I think right now we see such a dominant like there's so much people still on Instagram scrolling, TikTok, right? That it's such a small percentage of people that you almost see almost no one switching over to Sora, right? Right. And I think there's so much shareability around social media that like you have people staying on Instagram because their friends are sharing stuff with them on Instagram, right? So it's like when do you see Sora kind of getting good enough to the point where it's like having people start to be on it and start to like have people sharing their friends on it? And that's when you start to see a chain reaction, I feel like, of more and more people.
Yeah, the networks aren't big enough right now, right? Because you had, how many invite links did you have? You had 7
Yeah, you
or
only
something?
get like 5 or something.
Yeah, so
small.
I mean, you invited us and all the high school buddies, but I'm sure not everyone, like not even close to everyone has an invite link to Sora right now. So there's no there's no network effect happening where it spreads like wildfire. There's also like, that's partly because there's a cost associated with generating AI content.
Yeah.
Whereas you can film anything on your phone, post it on Instagram for virtually free. And the models that are actually generating this content, and believe it or not, they're not free. So that's why you actually have to pay for Sora in the first place. Yeah. But as the GPUs get cranked out and from Taiwan, and
exactly,
it's the cost to generate content for
TMC.
AI content is gonna TSMC. The cost of creating this AI content is gonna plummet. So I think we're reaching a point.
When we see that 10x, I think I agree. That's kind of that's an underlying kind of barrier that people don't really think about.
And I think after we get to the point where AI content is that cheap, that's when we're going to start seeing more and more people get on it. Not in the sense of like, oh, they don't have to pay anymore, just in the sense like, oh, I have invite links now. Like I can send videos to my friends. We kind of touched on this. Luke basically just sent a link into our group chat of our high school friends and was basically like, yo, add me on Sora. In my mind, I'm thinking Sora's a video engine, like VO or whatever. What do you mean add you to it? So I look, and it's like a similar, you probably know more about this than we do, but it's a similar setup to TikTok, Instagram, where you can make videos, you can scroll through, and you can add comments, but you can also remix, which is great.
It's another big thing.
You can remix. It can also include people's faces, which is like insane. Like, you've never been able to generate a video of Luke doing whatever you want.
Of yourself whenever you want.
So second day I had the app. There's already some videos Luke was generating of me doing various things that I won't disclose on here.
I'll make one in a sec and we'll watch it. We'll watch it later on and just see if we can get a laugh. But no, I mean, I think you're touching on a big point there with the remixes. And I think we had talked about this earlier, is like how you feel kind of coming off of watching reels for a little bit, right? Like you're like, oh yeah, like it was, great content, and now you're coming off Sora and you're like, after 5-10 minutes, you're like, okay, this is all AI content, it's all AI. But now they're adding a whole new element of like, you can like work with it. Like you see a video and you're like, what if those guys were 10 feet tall instead? You can actively change the content you're watching, which I think is a whole another layer of like being able to engage in content. So I'm curious to see where Sora 3.0, which is at the moment scheduled to release November, they said no later than November 2026. So that's kind of a relative timeline we have, but I'm curious to see where Sora 3.0 takes that concept. And
where do we think, where are we hoping that it'll improve the most, or where do we think the biggest improvements need to be made for that between now and that November?
Contrary to what might be the common assumption, I don't think it should be the video generation quality itself that needs to improve, although obviously there are steps that it can take towards that and steps that it will take. I think they really need to look at this more in that social media angle, because like you were saying, it's interesting what they have right now with the remixes, with the comments and everything, but there's definitely more they can do with this to market it as an actual social media. Things like using ad campaigns, getting actual creators on there would be big. Back when streaming was literally just Twitch, and then they started adding more people to it. What was the big thing? Ninja going to Mixer. Mixer paid him millions of dollars just to switch
and
platforms.
Then crashed.
Yeah, it crashed immediately.
Hopefully a year later.
Hopefully Sora will be smarter about that. But things like getting creators on there, because I'm sure there are tech creators on there who are big enough to have some sway.
I'm sure Luke knows this, and maybe Yash figured it out, but Jake Paul has been like the first,
the main character of Sora.
The main character, if you dare,
And then Shaq got on there.
Got on there. I haven't seen that yet.
But no, it's funny. But it brings an interesting question when you said like bringing on creators, because obviously that brings the question of like payment, right? Like if you're bringing on creators, you have to create a payment system, and then it's like, how do you do a payment system if all the work is AI, right? Are you paying the people that are just like spitting out the most prompts.
Yeah.
Like how is it gonna work? How are you like really rewarding individual work? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it does work. Maybe it's just like you're paying who's coming up with the most creative prompts.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm sure you're gonna see a massive influx of just like mass amounts of content because it's so easy to just type something in.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make one right now.
Yeah.
While you guys talk about that. We'll watch it.
I think
should I do a chiropractor one?
Yeah, do the chiropractor one.
What should the prompt be?
I don't know if it's made it to the main socials yet, but there's been a chiropractor trend. You know, we'll show the final product. I need to explain it.
Should we do like us three aggressive chiropractor?
throw some keywords in there. Aggressive.
Surprises.
Yeah.
See what happens.
All right.
Yeah. I think payment is always interesting in AI fields because when you logistically think about it, your favorite big AI companies, literally all they're doing is repackaging either ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Claude, Anthropic's Claude, whatever it might be. They're just repackaging it into a different format. I mean, Jack and I have been surrounded by it for years in the Cambridge ecosystem where we're filming this right now, actually, where we broke into the studio. But I think,
Studio.
yeah, Link Studio basically has all these AI incubator companies, and a big part of that is how they pay people, how they get money, how they get revenue, whatever it might be. With Sora, it's a little different because instead of all of your employees being in-house like it is for companies in here, your employees are people who already have their own brands, their own income. Literally, like they, in the grand scheme of things, they don't need Sora. They're very successful on their own. It's a matter of convincing them to join and making it worth their while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, well, this just kind of made me think, like, do we think kind of as this AI social media expands, gets more popular, do we think that, because we kind of already saw it, of like people are like, oh, this is super cool, it's trending, AI, and then they're kind of going back like, oh, this is AI, or AI could never do this. Well, on a real video, you seen those comments? Like, AI could never do it. There's this pushback, like, oh, the AI trend's over, like, screw AI content. I want real human-made content. So the question I have for you guys is, do you think that AI will basically become like good enough where people don't care anymore, the fact that it's AI? Or do you think that it's going to, Sora 3.0 is going to come out, it's going to be better, people are going to get all excited, and then there's going to be like a rebound again of like, no, we still want human content? Or do we think there's a point where that switches?
I think it's definitely interesting, and it kind of goes back to the creator aspect of it and what creators are doing, because at the end of the day, if these big creators are using Sora and using AI, it gets to a point where the content, they're putting in the same effort. Like, I'm imagining, I think I talked to you guys about this, but those crappy videos of Minecraft like parkour footage and then a Reddit story being read aloud to you, that is so low effort, not really creative, and yet it gets millions and billions of views across a bunch of different platforms. Is it really that different for AI to be doing that? Obviously, it's a lack of creativity, but I think
the AI is already doing the voice.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're giving ourselves a little bit too much credit sometimes with the amount of creativity being put into some of these
and
videos.
Arguably also writing the stories most of the time.
Writing the stories too. Like, imagine one of the first big things that got publicity with AI video generation was AI Minecraft Let's Plays, which got my attention because I used to watch those when I was a kid. Probably you guys too.
Of course,
and it was
Stampy.
Yeah, exactly. And it would just be like, wait, this dude isn't even real. He's playing a full Minecraft Let's Play. Imagine that on a much smaller scale in a background. Already AI voice stories, just make them AI generated stories like that sound believable, that sound like something that somebody would post on Reddit, and then just overlay them onto each other. That's still a decent amount of effort, especially compared to the actual effort of doing it. It's relatively similar.
A fair point. Yeah. I mean, it is. You're basically saying we shouldn't overestimate humans' ability to be entertained.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and obviously some people disagree with that, which fair. I mean, I disagree with it on some level too, but I think the idea of AI slop, which is a term that's getting thrown around a lot, there's a lot of human-made slop too. Let's being entirely honest.
Yeah, there's a lot of human-made slop, but I feel like the difference often is that people can like connect with human slop versus true. Like, like the content was sourced from a human, even if it's a human doing something like outrageous or stupid or whatever. It's like, they actually did it. There's a story behind the stupidity in a way versus true. Like, anyone can just sit down and write a silly like AI prompt and
That's kind of the way I'm thinking about it. Is almost like there is you're gonna see people be like, oh, new Sora came out, we gotta check it out, right? But I think at least Sora 3.0 won't have kind of what it takes to even to do what you said, right? Like AI can entertain people so easily. Like I agree, but I think at least my prediction is 5 years. I think we have at least 5 years where we're not going to see AI content be good enough or it know how to entertain humans well enough to surpass like the barrier of it being not human. People are still going to crave that human emotion side of it.
We put money on the over under 5 years.
over under 5 years.
Yeah, over under.
Yeah, I got the over. But
Well, yeah, we have like
Josh has got.
we have a lot of under 5 year predictions for like
$100 on the-
artificial
on the
super
under.
intelligence. So
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, true.
I'll go under. I'll take the under.
yeah, exactly. I mean, you've already seen it. Have you guys seen the Cowshy ads? Have you guys paid attention to that?
Yes,
No.
yes. Is it like the ones in space? Like
It's like Cowshy. I don't know if you
gambling platform.
know what Cowshy is, but it's basically a gambling platform. You can bet on anything. Like that's their whole mission statement. Like you can bet on like government elections. You can bet on. I don't even know like the weather that it's gonna be the next day. Just like
Just
literally everything.
Hold on,
Yeah.
what?
literally
Check the weather app.
that. But like it's like, is the weather app gonna be right or wrong? Like you bet on that. It's the stupidest thing ever.
100
But
to 1 odds a asteroid hits Earth tomorrow.
well,
Yeah, what do
they
you
probably
take?
have that if you want to check. I mean, feel free. But all of their ads are AI generated. AI generated videos, probably using VO3. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's just. And they're already like, they're not effective per se. Like you can look at it and immediately tell it's AI unless you're some grandma who, I don't know, hasn't used a computer since 85. But it's just like, it's already in use at such a like important level, that being advertisement marketing. I saw a Buffalo Wild Wings ad using AI the other day. I was like, damn, okay, now we're actually like getting somewhere with this. It's not like the video generation itself. Yes, it's on social media, but it's on the in-betweens too, like YouTube ads, TikTok ads, like whatever you scroll. It's like AI TikTok video, AI ad, actual TikTok video. It's like by rotation.
What do we? Yeah, that raises the question. Like, what do we think the ways that this AI generated media is gonna be able to expand to? Like social media is what we've been talking about. Now marketing. Like, do we think next? I believe. I mean, we talked about this at some point, but like movies, right? Like
Movies.
When can it do like, or like shows? When can it do like full length productions where it's like saying, create this movie even if it's in 60-second shots? Like, how do we keep each shot cohesive? Can we tell a story, right? Like, what are the capabilities that it has at this point?
There's kind of an underlying technological limitation there with maintaining consistency across videos.
True.
Like if you say like generate me 2 Star Wars scenes, I don't know, in a very particular Star Wars room, like I don't know, the Millennium Falcon, for example. Everyone knows what the inside of the Millennium Falcon looks like. You can't screw up any detail or else the fans are gonna go haywire and be like, that's not the Millennium Falcon. If you take that, for example, it doesn't even have to be like a known franchise or a known movie. If you're still like inventing a movie from scratch, you still need scene 1 to look, or the room from scene, say this is scene 1 that we're filming here in the podcast studio. You know, your characters go out, do something crazy, come back. You still need the room to look like the same room.
If they get a haircut, you gotta know that 5 scenes later they still have that haircut.
Like, hold on, why does he have blue eyes now? What happened? So that's always been an issue that, I mean, Yash and I have been on every image generator, like every good image generator since they started cranking out in like 2022, 2023, and we've been keeping up to date. And Luke recently has been keeping up to date, but there's always been this limitation of consistency and making sure things from cut to cut are actually like making sense. So.
It goes back to that temporal continuance BS that I was saying earlier. Just the idea that stuff has to line up for it to make sense and for the viewer to be able to follow it. Like say, like you were saying, if we're in this room right now and suddenly people come in to kick us out of this room, when we leave, the room still has to stay the same. Just because we're gone doesn't mean the room changes at all. But the thing with AI is it understands the room in conjunction with us. Like it understands that seat is filled by Luke. It doesn't know that without Luke in that seat, it doesn't know what it looks like. So it's just a matter of are we ever going to get to that point where that consistency can be achieved? And another big thing, how much data is going to have to be used to achieve that? Like I talked about how it's all videos. The reason why ChatGPT and your favorite large language models work is because there's so much text on the internet that can be trained on. Compare that to images and especially videos. There's a fraction of that. It's just like, how is that going to work logistically?
I mean, when you're using transformer-based image models and video models too, you have to label. My understanding is you have to label the images and video as well.
Nobody's doing that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Workforce of people labeling images for Google right now, just so that like monkey sitting in a chair, like for example,
literal code monkeys just going through.
When can we get AI to do that for us?
Honestly,
right?
To label the images. Well, I mean, that's kind of like. At that point, it's just like a paradox. Like, is the AI getting better if the AI is labeling images?
Did you really need it to be labeled at that point?
It's called RLHF, reinforcement learning from human feedback. You gotta get have to at the end of the day, you have to get the human feedback in there to be sure that it's actually
that it's real.
Improving.
It's not making it up.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So kind of pivoting to our next segment here. Now that everyone has access, or almost everyone now has access to these video creations and media creation AI platforms, how does this change in the world of like accessibility and like the people, like limitations on resources, right? Like now anyone, no matter where they are in the world, can put themselves anywhere in the world, use any fancy car that they have thought of to create a video, right? Like, are we going to start seeing people making small videos? Are they going to start crash testing their video ideas in AI? Come up with a video idea, put that prompt in the AI, see what it looks like. What do they want to change? Are we going to start to see kind of creators from all over the world kind of, change the space? Because now we're going to see a lot new people have access to this kind of like creation, or do we think that it's still that we're not there yet? What do we think?
I mean, think in the context of like really big creators really putting time and investment into their videos, I don't think that's ever going to change. I think if it's the right creator, part of it is the passion of it. Like they just want to like make stuff that's real, stuff that's tangible, like stuff that's like isn't just, for lack of a better word, fake. But then there's the flip side of it. There are a lot of creators who are already kind of fake even without AI. Like things aren't real. They're making stuff up. This is just the next step to that. It's just like, okay, before I was lying about what I'm doing off camera. Now I can lie about what I'm doing on camera.
True. Well, mining off camera, it's a little off camera mining.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like it's like those videos. It's like those memes where it was like Mr. Beast after the camera turns off, taking the $100,000 back from the homeless guy. Like it's just it's like what if the video itself he never gave the $100,000 to the homeless guy? It's just like
now AI. Well, that's what we were saying. Like, is there gonna be that pushback? Is there going to be like, no, we're going back. I don't care how good you make this AI content. They're going to they had 6 fingers, now they have 5. I don't care, Like,
do we want it to be better?
Like, even, sure, it's better, but like, we still want real content. Like, so is there ever going to be this switch? And I mean, as you said, humans are easier to entertain than we think. So it's inevitable. And I mean, that's the title of this video, but well, only time will tell when it comes to that.
I think for the most part, there will always be pushback. It's just a matter of how loud that minority is going to be. Because there will always be people who are like, no, I want human creation. I'm artsy people who are just like really about the experience of creating the art. And that's, I think, another transition we're going to see. It's going to be way more about the experience, about the process than the final output. And that applies to any art, especially video.
How do we think platforms like YouTube or TikTok are going to respond? Are they just going to continue to have platforms like Sora be able to create videos and then upload onto their platforms? Or are we going to see some integration, some competition?
Well, what I'm not realizing is that Google owns YouTube and Veo. And so if they were to
integration can be done fast.
A Veo social media app to compete with Sora, all of a sudden they might be blowing YouTube up. Like you're taking it out of, so it might be like it's interesting because you as Google, do you want people to generate AI content on YouTube itself,
Or do you want people to continue to trust
the authenticity of the YouTubers and the brand they've built around their personality?
For sure.
This kind of goes into Google itself, because I don't know if y'all were like, you probably knew Google was like pretty against AI in the beginning, because that blows up their entire.
Like in search.
That blows up their
Perplexity
entire.
came out well before Google AI assistant. And
Exactly.
Search,
It blew up their market, like their market space. They're like suddenly like Googling something isn't the easiest way to learn or figure out something anymore.
Yeah.
And in response, they were like, at first they were like, okay, we're just not going to touch it and pray it's not as big as people are saying it is. And then when they realized it was, they had to start like from behind.
Props to Google. They started from behind. Some would argue they're now almost leading the pack with Gemini 3.0, right?
Gemini 3.0, the integration they have into search directly,
Google's
AI mode.
Still Google at the end of the day. If they want to do something, they're going to be able to do it.
It's insane how quickly they were able to do that. But like you were saying with videos, now they have the opportunity to not be behind the pack. Now they're leading the charge still. Yeah. How much further ahead are they going to get?
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm curious to see what platform, what company kind of picks up on the trend next. Is it going to be Sora leading the pack, or in the world of AI, everything is moving so fast? Will it be another company? So, but yeah, I think we should test Yash's theory about how easily humans are entertained and watch this video, and viewers at home, you can watch along with us.
Yeah, if you're listening in, maybe switch over to YouTube. Or you can just hear us laughing like maniacs about some random video that you can't see.
Let's see.
Who's first? I'm warmed up. Let's do it. Big breath in and out.
Whoa, did you just open a jar back there?
That's last month's rent leaving your spine. Roll on your sides. Hug yourself, little push.
Oh, okay, not bad. Do I need to sign up?
My favorite part about this is that I gained 40 pounds of muscle overnight.
Yeah.
My favorite part is that you like did mitosis and became two people somehow. What the hell was that?
There was a moment where it switched to, I think, cut right away, right before it happened, but it looked like Jack's neck was about to be snapped in half.
Yeah. So
thank God it cut away, because I could have gotten bad.
It's not there yet. As we all know, with Sora 2.0, the trend came and went. So, but yeah, according to Yash theory, which I can totally see happening, 3.0, it only takes a little change to show how easily humans can be kind of entertained under that factor.
And that kind of begs a question. Do we lose a sense of humor when the models start getting too good? When the content is too real?
Yeah,
because you know the sixth finger never cut. Like that's like the sixth finger coming out by accident is like the perfect way to laugh.
Yeah, it's just like, what is this AI model doing?
But is that going to get old? You know what I mean?
Well, like, there's already pushback, like you were saying, the AI slop, right? But
people don't laugh at it anymore. Now they're like, oh, I see it, it's AI.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But if it's like, but there are good enough mess ups in the AI that it's still funny sometimes. So it's an interesting balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think back to the big question, will it change everything? Sora 3.0. I personally think, yeah. I mean, I think humans are kind of stupid. I'm not going to lie. We're easily entertained. And if we have a good enough AI model that can generate the videos, I think 1,000% will just change the landscape of the internet.
All right, editor me. Zoom back in. Let's close off the episode. Yash, you want to sign us off?
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening in our first episode. Like I said, I'm Yash. That's Jack. That's Luke. Just 3 high school friends who like to yap, and we decided to do something productive with it. So thank you guys, and we will see you next time.